Who dreams of having a longer weekend? I think we all do, right? Well, according to space adventurer and entrepreneur Nick Halleck, it's possible. He joins me now with how we can make this dream a reality. Nick, welcome to the show.
Thank you. And living a 5-day weekend lifestyle.
And you're literally traveling the world, which in your world, the world also encompasses, space and the bottom of the ocean,
Absolutely,
right?
definitely. And the highest mountains in the world, but I've been to about 150 countries. I have 45 more to go now, so yeah.
Okay, so we're talking your travels, and again, when we say space, we're not kidding. You funded yourself so that you could get astronaut training.
Yeah, in Russia over here. So I graduated in 2008, became a civilian and a certified qualified astronaut with a future flight to the International Space Station. So I can block out the Earth with my thumb, which is kind of cool, right?
Very cool. And of course, we're talking about all these wonderful things, but I don't know about you at home, but I'm thinking, how? How did you make all of this possible?
Well, I started with business. I had my first business at age 14. I sold it for $30,000 at age 17, and I used that money to relocate to the United States at age 17. And I've been buying real estate, investing in the financial markets, building businesses and brands. But ultimately, look, I wasn't born rich, but I was born rich in human potential. And I took massive action. I just participated in my financial rescue at all times.
And so you stress that you weren't born rich, you've made your wealth, and that's where today you're now traveling around because you're able to enjoy, as you put it, the 5-day weekend.
Absolutely. For me, I want to emotionally inspire individuals because, I truly believe that anybody can add 3 more days to the weekend.
Again, I'm going to sound simple, but how?
Yep. Well, look. Starts with this, plug all the other financial leaks in your financial system, for example, repatriate money that is illegally owed to you. So you want to keep more money, give yourself an instant pay rise.
Okay.
Next, we want to make more money by being a little bit more entrepreneurial, perhaps a side hustle to help you dismantle some credit card debt.
Sounds overwhelming though. How do you do a side business? What are some ideas for people?
Well, there are 12, 13, 14-year-olds making $10,000, $20,000 a month selling items on Amazon.
Oh, wow.
My point is the cell phone is a game changer. Technology is a game changer. If you've got credit card debt, guess what? Go out there, drive some Uber, for example. If you have a car, for example, and you don't want to be an Uber driver, well, you can rent out your car to somebody else and they can drive it for you and they'll pay you money. My point is make some more money, dismantle your credit card debt so now you can actually invest in assets that give you passive income. And it's that passive income that's going to liberate your life. You're buying back your economic freedom. And at all times, now you're living life in your own terms and conditions.
And possibly the 5-day weekend and maybe traveling to space.
Absolutely. Well, look, you can do whatever you want. But my point is, liberate your life, emancipate your family, give them the ability to take massive action. They have their own choices as opposed to having a job of necessity.
When you bring up family, I'm actually going to bring up something that I saw. You talk about the 5-second rule. I have a 16-month-old at home. The 5-second rule in our house is it drops on the floor. She can still put it in her mouth and I don't need to freak out. 5-second rule to something different for you.
Yeah, well, for consumerism-wise, ask yourself, look, too many individuals, too many Americans buy too many liabilities that will basically end up in a garage or in a storage unit, for example. If it's not an asset, if it moves, do not buy it.
Interesting.
Simple as that, More assets and less liabilities, because, $1.4 trillion in credit card debt, and credit cards now are perceived as supplemental income. It's an epidemic. So how can you go out there and forge an empire and invest in assets if you have way too much credit card debt or personal loans, for example?
Okay, Nick, I love your advice.
Yep.
Hopefully you've been able to learn something, but I think I can't have a cosmonaut here without asking.
Your book, by the way.
Thank you. But what was space like?
Edge of space is wonderful. It's for me, think of this, right? When you're in low Earth orbit over here, edge of space, 16 sunrises, 16 sunsets every day. You're traveling, at ridiculous amount. You're traveling about 18,000 miles per hour. You can go from Los Angeles to New York in a few minutes' time. Pretty cool, right?
So, and I know volcanoes too, something else.
Yeah, I love volcanoes, definitely. Why not?
Well, I can think of a lot of reasons why not, but apparently you don't. So if you had your choice, space, underwater, because, you visited the Titanic, volcanoes, where would you like to spend time?
I'm still fascinated with the ocean. Because we only know 3% of the world's oceans over here. So for me, having lunch on a shipwreck Titanic, nothing beats that. It's an immortalized shipwreck, right? And it's life.
He's had lunch on the Titanic. We're glad that you've maybe had breakfast here with the Morning Blend. Come back and see us and keep us updated.
Thank you very much,
on
definitely.
Things, okay?
Awesome.
Thank you, Nick.